JoeLumb Movie Review every Friday right here on this channel. Last week, I reviewed Bad Boys for Life. I forgot to mention this, but that film came out before the global COVID-19 pandemic, so the release of that film was pushed back to August of 2020 in China, and it grossed $3.2 million the opening weekend there. This week is the fourth and most recent film of the Bad Boys franchise, Ride or Die. Once again, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence star and reprise their roles as Miami detectives Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett. And Jacob Scipio, who reprises his role from the previous film as Armando Aritas, who now joined forces with the two detectives. Now this film picks up where the previous film left off, as Mike and Marcus are attempting to clear the name of their deceased Captain Howard after he is falsely accused of conspiracy. After the opening box office weekend success here in the States of Bad Boys for Life, Sony announced plans for Bad Boys 4, with Chris Bremner returning to write the script. In April of 2022, after news came out in light of the Will Smith slapping Chris Rock incident at that year's Academy Awards ceremony, the fourth film was being put on hold. But in May of 2022, Sony chairman Tom Rothman confirmed the fourth film was still in development. In February of 2023, Will Smith announced that he and co-star Martin Lawrence would reprise their roles as Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett respectively for the film, which was in pre-production, with the Belgian duo once again of Adele and Bilal returning to direct. The title was called Bad Boys for Life before it was confirmed in early 2024. Despite the death of his character of Captain Conrad Howard, Joe Pantoliano returned as Captain Conrad Howard thanks to the insistence of Will Smith bringing him back. Filming began on April 3rd, 2023 in both Atlanta, Georgia and Miami, Florida. But filming got suspended in July due to the SAG-AFTRA strike that was going on at that time. But by November, filming commenced and then wrapped up on March 4th, 2024. It's 4 years after Ride or Die. Mike Lowry marries his physical therapist, Christine, but during the reception, his partner, Marcus Burnett, suffers a heart attack and goes into a coma, where he experiences a vision of the late Captain Howard telling him it's not his time. Marcus soon recovers. Then a news report reveals that their deceased captain was tied to corruption with drug cartels. With his legacy now being posthumously tarnished, Mike and Marcus are determined to prove his innocence, with the help of new captain Rita Sakata and her boyfriend Adam Lockwood. The two visit Mike's son Armando, who is doing time for Howard's murder, and he tells them that Howard was not as corrupt, but knew who was. So the corrupted officials hired him and his mom to kill Howard because he was close to exposing the corruption, and offers to help them identify the real mastermind behind Captain Howard's murder. Armando soon gets jumped by prisoners who were paid to silence him, but he fends them off, leading to Mike and Marcus arrange to have him airlifted to a secure location. But the conspirators snuck on board the chopper, killing the pilot and guards, causing it to crash. But Mike and Marcus and Armando survive, but are now branded as fugitives by the conspirators. This led to them putting a bounty on their heads, and then we are introduced by Captain Howard's daughter, Judy, a U.S. Marshal, who wants revenge on Armando for killing her father. With the assistance of AMO members Dorn and Kelly, Mike and Marcus uncover the video clues behind the murder and setup. Armando identifies the man behind the killing as former Army Ranger James McGrath, assigned to the DEA intelligence in South America. While he was undercover, he was caught and tortured by the cartels until he gave up his associates, and he's been working with them ever since. McGrath soon orders his henchmen to kidnap Mike's wife Christine and Judy's daughter Callie. He then sends his men after Marcus's family. Unfortunately, remember Reggie from Bad Boys 2? Well, he went from being a scared, shitless motherfucker, being scared of Marcus for dating his daughter Megan, who now turned out to be his wife, is now a badass motherfucking Marine. He single-handedly kills all of McGrath's henchmen hired to go after the family. Soon, Lockwood is confronted by Rita, Dorn, and Kelly after they learn that McGrath works for him. Using Lockwood as bait, the team engaged in a fierce gunfight with McGrath's crew at a former alligator-themed amusement park to rescue Christine and Callie. Lockwood was looking to betray the team and escape, only for Rita to kick him into the water, causing an alligator to devour him. Armando won a fistfight with McGrath's henchman and enforcer Lintz, and rescues Callie in the process. While Mike confronts McGrath, who holds his wife and partner hostage at gunpoint, Mike knew Marcus's newfound belief that he can't die, shoots Marcus in his bulletproof vest, causing Christine to break free, and then Mike executes McGrath. Amidst the chaos, Judy finds Armando and Callie. Judy wants to kill him for killing her father, but Callie talked her out of it after she tells her that he saved her life. So she shows mercy and allows him to escape. After all of that, Mike, Marcus, and the late Captain Howard are cleared of all charges, and the corruption is exposed. The families celebrate together by having a picnic at a park, with Mike and Marcus letting Reggie cook on a public grill due to him saving the family. Against a production budget of $110 million, Bad Boys Ride or Die was first premiered at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai, the most populous city in United Arab Emirates, on May 22nd, 2024, and was released here in the United States on the 7th of June of 2024. The film grossed $193.6 million in North America and an additional $210.6 million in other territories, for a worldwide total of $405 million. The overall grade for this film is a 7 out of 10. Much like the previous film, this one was nominated for an NAACP Image Award, in which the film was beaten out by Tyler Perry's war drama, The 688. However, Martin Lawrence won the award for Outstanding Actor in a Motion Picture. While Metacritic and CinemaScore gave positive reviews, the BBC were not too kind with it, calling the plot nonsensical, the grenade-dodging stunts, and the non-existent internal logic bullshit. The assertion that Marcus had to avoid stressful situations after his heart attack had been forgotten within at least 20 minutes into the film. But to be fair, the dynamic chemistry and good company that Mike and Marcus have strains to up the ante, proving that there is still life left in the high-octane franchise known as Bad Boys. And that high-octane action film is too easy to ignore for those that love it. For more movie reviews such as this, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.